Hello and welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Animals and Pets with Partho. Today I'm going to talk to you about dog show awards in the early days and the dog show awards that are happening today. When I came in the dog world and when we had top British judges coming over to India to judge, we used to go to shows where even a single dog, if it is entered in a class, could well be awarded third award. And of course, challenge certificates were extremely difficult to be awarded. And if a challenge certificate is awarded by a judge, then not only there is a possibility for a reserve challenge certificate, which closely is beaten to the dog that won the challenge certificate in the dog show. So the opportunity of making up a champion where only 3 challenges, one under 3 different judges, that was the rule. No reserve challenge certificates were ever considered. So that was the dog game where I was groomed, when I was interested and I came. It was so difficult for us to register a win. And I remember, I got with my boxer on my first outing was just best of breed. I was not even given a challenge certificate. So you can see, it was quite a nice dog, bred from German parentage and things like that. Even today when I look back, of course it had its faults like every other dog does. But the judge never considered giving it a challenge certificate because he thought that the faults that my boxer which actually carried maybe actually genetically it might harm the progeny, whatever. So under that circumstances, the dog was never awarded challenge. And the dog never finally became a champion. So my first dog, a boxer, that actually, of course I did win a CC sometime on the way. Some judge may have had pity on me and gave my dog a challenge certificate. I don't blame the judge, that was not a champion. So that is what actually egged me on, that is what started me in this game, and this is where I stand today. Having judged 3 royals in Australia and many important shows around the world in many countries. Well, it's been a wonderful joyride for me in the dog world, and I quite enjoyed every bit of it. But what I mean to say is the awards of today. We have now sort of built up a system where we can generate cheap champions. Without that, we think that people will not come to dog shows. And that is why, just to encourage people so that they come to dog shows, they are awarding cheap certificates. And then when you consider, I've judged many times in Europe, and where they have this sort of gazebo and things like that. And when you go to judge there, what happens is you cannot, if there are 5 dogs in a class, it is the custom that you award all excellence, because there is a grouping is you can call a dog fair, you can sort of give it a good or a very good or an excellent. But then the custom is, or judges are expected to give excellent, because those are seasoned exhibitors. When they come to dog shows, they all expect excellent 1, excellent 2, excellent 3, excellent 4, excellent 5. I have had circumstances where I was judging in one show in Europe where they were going to pay me, at rare times that dog judges are paid, they were going to pay me €2 a dog. And there were 150 dogs, and over 2 days I would be getting, about €600 or something. And then I started my judging, that was my first time, and of course I have my eyes very, it surveys the entire area and things like that. Not only do I judge dogs, but I notice everything else. And the first class came and I gave an excellent and I gave a very good and things like that. Then I saw, after one, because there was some commotion, and my friend who invited me, a very respectable gentleman, some people rushed to him, and I could see he was in the other corner of the ring, and they were telling him something that, this judge is sort of doing something wrong maybe. So then I noticed he was charging down to the sides of the ring and coming towards me. So by the time, of course, I had rectified my system, I knew what he was going to tell me, because I could guess. And I started giving excellent to everybody. And by the time he came to me, and when he started, I told him, don't worry, I know what you want to tell me, and you will have no complaints at all. And then he went away with a smile, and I made everybody happy. So it kept on and kept on and kept on. So, and I realized, well, you just ignore. Even if you don't like it, give excellent to everybody. But excellent 1, excellent 2, excellent 3, excellent 4. So you have the option. Of course, you're placing the better dogs in the front, and then you proceed. But then this is I don't quite agree to this. This is not fair, because finally you generate cheap champions, and then a dog comes to India and says 8th country champion, 6th country. The man who's imported and paid the money to buy this dog knows nothing. He's only paid a huge amount to buy a 6th, 8th country champion, but it's rubbish. He shouldn't have imported such a dog. He doesn't realize. See, first of all, in the long-coated breeds, they have no clue what is inside the dog, what it should be. They only bought a dog which is a bundle of fur, and everything is covered, and they say it's a champion. That's what they know, and that because it's a champion, in small countries in Europe, which is much smaller than most of our states, they say that the dog is a great dog. But and then not only have they paid a lot of money to buy this rubbish, then they have to pay money to make the judges put up the dogs, pay the organizers, pay the syndicate, and all that. So these are not dog shows. I'll tell you one of the incident I was judging in Belgium. I will not tell you shows and name them and things like that. And I was judging a breed. I think it was German Spitz or something. And then I noticed all the dogs that came to me, black. They were, I think, blacks or whatever. I don't know. Everyone had teeth fault. Everyone had a bad mouth. And I said, you can't make me do this. I put down all the dogs, and I did not, I didn't give them excellent. And when the lady who observed me for a long time, she's of course a dear friend of me even today, and we are in touch on Facebook and things like that. After the show, she walked towards me, said, you are very strict. But she's not used to this, because every other show she must have been going. Most of the shows just ignore it, and she gets excellent grading. Though of course that's all Kasib and things like that, not beyond that, and wins the breed. But then it doesn't do good for the breed, because you see all her stock has mouth problem. Well, I will come back with lot of episodes on this wins, cheap wins with dogs at dog shows. The whole exercise is to make dogs win at any cost. But in those days, we were so much used to getting a second prize or a third prize, even we were only one in the class. And sometimes, of course, in the breed, if you were even single, you would be denied a challenge. But in today's world, trend, it doesn't happen so. Well, the whole exercise is making up cheap judges, cheap jobs. And judges want to they're fighting to get more appointments, and overseas appointments, of course, have a special attraction, and they would do anything. A lot of these judges, they know that they wouldn't be called because they're great judges, but they would be called if they can do or they do what they're asked to do. And a lot of these countries where there are a lot of rich people who actually are given a free leash to pay for their the luxuries and whatever they desire, they think that they can buy with money. So it's easy, and dog judges, usually who are traveling overseas do not get paid except for their travel and things like that. So it's not only a international travel, a holiday, plus a pocket money, that's all paid for if you just put up some dogs. It doesn't matter if you're going to maybe coming here for only the first time and the last time. So if you put up some dogs and go away, and get paid for it, why not? So we must be aware of all this, and we must sort of put a stop to it somewhere. Getting good judges. If we have to reform our dog game, if we have to bring back the confidence that people earlier had on our dog shows, so we should not be labeled, the dog show organizers and the judges, because the syndicate, of course, has done a great harm to the dog world, and we have to sort of make amends. Thank you and bye-bye, and see you again in my next episode with a new topic. Thank you. Till then, bye-bye. Good night and see you soon.